welcome to this episode of Wand and Crown. I'm Haley, that's Keeley. This episode, we are going to talk all about Mardi Gras at Universal Orlando, because that is the place to do it. Disneyland has like a week in surrounding actual Mardi Gras because they've got New Orleans Square, but really Universal Studios is the place to be.
Yeah.
Because they do stuff. Their celebration goes on for a few months.
Yes.
They've got stuff going on.
Including
daily.
March.
Yes, including March. Which is a month.
Which is a month between February and April.
Yes. That is a joke from a previous recording that
we didn't record.
Yes.
Worked out well.
Baby brain is strong.
Baby brain is really happening right now. Yes. So, as Haley said, so it's at Universal. Disney really doesn't do much. Disney World doesn't do much. I think they've
got like a few beignets and that's about it.
Well, they always have beignets, but
special beignets.
But they do like Valentine's Day, they'll do like a week or two of like desserts and like that's kind of it. So Universal is 100% where you want to go if you want to do, yes. If you want to do Mardi Gras, we were just talking about this earlier, Mardi Gras in a controlled crowd, actually
moderately controlled
for a theme park. Yeah. In our last episode, we talked about Adventures by Disney and doing like Oktoberfest. And I had even said, I have never been somebody like being in a big crowd of people drinking. And that's Mardi Gras at its heart. Like really, yeah. So I feel like this is a good way to kind of, be in a controlled, again-ish area.
Yeah.
And still get that feel of Mardi Gras, but you're not
in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Which, sorry, no hate to New Orleans, but like Mardi Gras proper, it can be a bit overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have a problem with that in general, but just getting it's, I don't know. I want to go eventually, but this is I feel like a good introduction to it. And again, getting like a sample of it really.
Exactly.
In a theme park.
Floats, everything else. Food. You got beads. Without the things that
you don't have to do anything to get beads other than be at the parade. Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Please don't do anything.
No, you will get kicked out. You still have to follow the rules.
Yeah. Keep the shirts down.
Shirts down. Yes. Just attend the parade. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
And concerts.
Maybe wave your hand.
Yes. When we went 2 years ago, it was 2022. We went, and towards the end of the parade, my husband and then my best friend's husband were like competing to see who could get the most amount. And I'm like, you guys are literally going to jump on like a small child. Like, I will go buy you guys beads at the Dollar Tree if you want. But they're like, it's a competition. I don't even remember who won. Anyway. So the fun thing about this, so unlike Halloween Horror Nights, I had to bring it up. It's not I got my shirt on too. It's not a hard ticket event. So it is included in your ticket price. So if you go to the parks that day, all the offerings that they have are there during the day, and anything that they have at night is included. Just like similar like when we went to Christmas. So all the Christmas stuff's out. It's there. You don't have to do anything separate to be able to enjoy the Christmas stuff. So same with Mardi Gras.
Similarly, it's also primarily in the actual Universal Studios. Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and I'll when we get to the food section, which is literally what I'm going to talk about next. So it's in studios, but then some of the resorts also participate with like food stuff and decorations. And they usually do that again, Christmas, any of the holidays, they'll do that. They incorporate it over into the resort. So if you're staying on property, the theming continues.
You get a little bit of a taste, but you don't get the experience.
Yes, exactly. And just like Disney, if you want to go to the resorts, you don't have to be staying there. You can go resort hop and get stuff there because they'll have drinks and food that they don't have in the parks either. Exactly. So you can hop over there and check that out. So the way that it works is they have food booths set up. So think Epcot Festival kind of. Right. And it's same thing where it's kind of like tapas style. So you're getting little portions of it. So you can sample a lot of different things. You're not getting these big meals. You're not getting overwhelmed. You're getting little tiny people. Yep. Exactly. You all in theory, you could probably hit every booth. I think I don't actually know the count on how many there are, but probably like 15 booths. If you go with a group of like 4 people, you could probably hit every single one.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I also think that at Epcot that I can hit every single one, and I hit like 5. So you might be able to. If you're like a local or annual pass holder, obviously you 100% could.
Oh yeah.
So the fun thing that they do here, and I think they started doing this a few years ago, but I could be wrong. I know they've done it the past few years. You can get a card. So so it's worth $75. If you buy it, it's $65. So you get a $75 value for $65.
Okay.
And
$10 extra.
Correct. And then I think they give you a lanyard. I don't actually know. I think it does come on a lanyard. They just released what they were doing this year for it. So normally it's like on a lanyard. You can use it at the food booth, so it pays for your food. So again, it's kind of like it's essentially a gift card, but you save that $10 on it. So yeah, this year it's $75 value, $65 cost. You can use it at the food booth, and then after the festival. So you only go once. You can use it at other locations after the fact. So it's not. Nice. Yeah, because if you go and then you like don't feel like you're going to spend $75 on food, or what if if you go with somebody else and you're both not going to spend it, you can use it on alcohol too. So that can add up very quickly, especially at Universal. Yeah. So that's a really cool thing. And if you have, it's on a lanyard. I think it's on a lanyard this year, because every picture I've seen of it's been on a lanyard.
I mean, everything Universal has lanyards. I
was going to say,
I would hedge my bets that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think the one year they did like a card, like it was like a card and you could like mark it off like when you hit each one, I think. But then I don't know. But so with this one, it's a gift card, and then, or you can just put it in with your tickets if you have a lanyard already. Scan it, you're good to go. But yeah, and then you can use it after the fact, which is nice because you don't have money.
Then you've got extra money to spend at either of the parks.
And as I've said before, Universal food is more expensive than Disney.
And not always as good, but specialty food usually is. Specialty food is usually a tier above.
I was going to say, this is, I can't remember the booths we did in 2022, because God, that was 2 years ago. But yeah, this food is definitely better than regular Universal food. I will not go down the tangent.
But it's themed. It's like themed to traditional Mardi Gras type of foods.
Yep. Beignets.
I assume you get king cake.
Yep.
Did you find the baby?
I did it my work thing. I didn't. I think here I'm pretty sure
they just probably put a baby on top of all.
I think at the tribute store they do. I think with get the king cake there, I think they put a baby on top of it. I don't think it's like hidden in there. But funny enough, what we were talking about earlier when we did the blood drive at work, they brought king cake and baby was in it. So I did it that year. But I think at the tribute store, from what I remember, I think they just have them sitting on top, or they give you the king cake and yellow slice and the baby's in it. Like they're not going to be like.
I don't think they would hide it at a theme park, because there's probably some liability issues there. Yeah,
that too. Maybe. And if I'm paying for like a king cake for the baby and the novelty, I want the baby.
Yeah.
I no. If I'm at a party and we're gonna cut it, then fine.
That's it.
Yeah. If I'm paying for it, I want the baby that I'll probably toss out in the trash. Because
exactly. Take a picture and then bye.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, so they have like all your like traditional Mardi Gras food, Southern food. It's all there. It's definitely, I think it's better than their normal food. So the tribute store. So as we were saying, so they do that for this, or they theme it for Mardi Gras. Yeah. I think this is the first one they theme, because it kind of recovers from Christmas. So they'll do Mardi Gras, and then they'll do a spring. They'll recover from that, do a summer one, recover from that, Halloween Horror Nights, recover Christmas. So this is the start of the new year of the tribute store. So they theme it. The year we went, it was all about like the schematics and building floats.
Ooh.
So yeah, it was cool. So they had like blueprints out, and like you were like in prop rooms. They had like a big like chair you could sit in, and then they had like masks there that you could put on like little props and stuff. How they prevent people from stealing them, I don't know, but they did, I'm assuming.
It's probably cost of business.
You're right. But that's where they'll have a lot of the desserts. So yeah, like the king cake if you want that. I can't think off the top of my head, but any like the theme stuff. But that they do that for when we were there for Christmas, same thing, Halloween Horror Nights, all like the fun, cutesy, like they Grinch stuff when we were there. But yeah, any of the cute, fun.
And Earl.
Yes. Earl. I love Earl. This is Mardi Gras, not Christmas.
Sorry. You brought it.
I brought up Halloween Horror Nights like 5 times, so it's fine. So that's also where they're gonna have a lot of the event merch there. So every year they do like it's like anything else. They always have like a little bit of a theme each year. So like I said, that year was the float. Last year was it kind of was like an 80s theme. Like the merch was like 80s. It was like very neon-y. I can't remember what the tribute store was exactly, but yeah, it was like very like neon, like 80s kind of, and like obviously very Universal's leaning into like the 80s theme. This was from,
as they should,
2019 Halloween Horror Nights.
80s and 90s are the best way to go, aside from the hairspray ruining the ozone layer. But fashion-wise, it was comfy.
It's fun. It's fine. No, the hairspray was like back in the 50s because like, hello, hairspray.
I'm sorry. Have you seen 80s hair?
Have you seen John Waters' Hairspray? It's from Baltimore. That's the only reason I know it. Anyway.
I love Hairspray. I'm sorry.
No, I know.
We just talked about how I love musicals.
I was going to say, last episode, yet again, we talked about that. That's the only musical I like is Hairspray because it's based in Baltimore. Because they sound like me because I have a Baltimore accent.
You do?
You've told me before. Oh, okay. I was like, really, Haley? Like, you've literally told me before you couldn't understand some stuff I was saying. So.
Oh.
No.
I'm just going to call that a win. I can never say things with a straight face like that. Anyway, in addition to the tribute store, again, going back to Christmas, they've got a parade.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. I was going to compare it to the Christmas parade. So in all fairness, I was going to make that comparison anyway. But yeah, so they have a parade. I will advise, it can change nightly, the time. So always check, we always say for everything, check the app, always check the app for hours. If you're not sure, always ask a team member. It doesn't vary by much, but it will vary by a little bit. So always check to see when it is, and you'll start seeing everybody line up, get a spot.
I'm assuming the main thing is like daylight. They want it to be in the daylight.
You know what's funny? I had that thought, and then I was looking at the times for this year because they finally released them. It's very sporadic.
Interesting.
Yeah, like and I didn't really look at the dates if it was like Saturdays and Sundays and like anything like that, but it was kind of throughout the time frame of the event, it changed. Like it wasn't like a consistent, like, okay, February, we're going to start a little bit earlier and push it back. It was very up and down between like the 4 times. It's like a matter of like 15 minutes of a time change, but yeah, it's interesting. So definitely always check the app, ask a team member, check the website before you go.
Yeah.
Your best bet, we were in front of Minions.
Oh.
We were in front of Minions when we went. And this was pre me being a travel agent. So I didn't know much. We had luck there with the beads. And you don't want to be where the parade starts. And I don't know if they've changed the route since, but you don't want to be where the parade starts, because that's when
they're trying to conserve.
Yes, they're kind of stingy with the beads. If you're towards the middle and end, they're like, oh, we have this much left and we're coming to that. So they're going to start. Yeah. And I think where we were was kind of the end of the route.
Okay.
I think that helped. And I think that's why we were getting like as many as we did. And again, I literally just threw them all out like a few weeks ago. I kept a few. I'm like, what am I going to do with these? Like, I've held on to them for like 2 years. But yeah, we walked out. Emily and I probably walked out with like 30 necklaces each. And again, it just, whatever. And there's a tree. If you park in the parking garage,
That people put their beads on?
Toss them into the tree. It's a whole thing. And usually about every few weeks, or I don't know, it depends, because I'll see the updates on the Facebook pages. Every few weeks they'll go out and clean them off, and people get mad, and then they start tossing them again, and then they clean it off. People get a whole cycle throughout the whole event. It's hysterical. Yeah.
Oh God, sometimes I really love people.
And it's just one of those weird things. Like, nobody told anybody to do it. People just started doing it, and everybody else saw other people doing it, and they just did it. That's very much how Universal is. Disney, that would never fly, I feel like. Granted, there's hair ties on Everest, so I feel like that's a comparison. And they leave.
Everest is a little bit harder to get to clean it up.
Disco Yeti can get it.
Yeah.
That's fine. So the beads are fun, the floats are fun. So the floats, there are guests that are on the floats. So there's 3 ways you can get on the floats.
Okay.
One is guaranteed, one is guaranteed, and the other one is good luck.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Maybe the odds be ever in your favor.
Literally, it's like joining a virtual queue at Disney. Yes. Or virtual queue at the Grinch when they had that, instead of the 6-hour wait that we saw. Yeah. So the guaranteed way is to do the name is escaping me, baby brain. Woo, Ride and Dine.
Which is basically like a dining package
at Disney.
Yeah.
So it's, yes. So that's essentially what it is. So it's a 3-course meal. There's 4 different restaurants. I know. 3-course meal at 4 different restaurants you can pick from. You have to be 18 years or older, or be with a parent or guardian of 48 inches to ride. But honestly, if you're not 48 inches, you're probably not riding much at Universal anyway. So, especially right now, because we're waiting on everything to open in the Kids Zone, but and Universe. So that's a guaranteed way. Is you pay for the package. It's $84.99 a person, I believe. Yes, $84.99 a person. But you're getting 3 courses. So
yeah, that's not bad, especially for theme park food.
Yeah. I mean, and then you get to be on a float. So you're paying for your food, but you're also paying for the experience that you're getting afterwards.
Yeah.
So that is the absolute guaranteed. Like, you paid for this, you're going to be on a float. You don't get to pick the float you're on too, and this is for any of them. You don't get to pick the float. I know you don't get to pick the float you're on. You can request day of, like when you go to check in.
Yeah.
But again, that is not guaranteed, because there may have been other people before you, or they're just going down the however it's working that day. You can request, and that's if you even know the floats. Like, you might not even know what floats they have, because I think they change them up a little bit every year.
Okay.
Yeah. So it
makes sense, because if you had everyone wanting to be on the Minions float.
Well, so they're not like that. They're like full. Oh, okay. I was like, they're like Mardi Gras.
I just couldn't think of
well, yeah, they're all like Mardi Gras, like themed floats. Like, it's all like alligator or crocodiles.
Crocodiles is the other one. Yes.
Whatever. Animal that lives down there.
We're just gators.
We're getting back into the swing of things.
It's gators.
They have that. They like the mask with a big. They have like the fleur-de-lis stuff. It's all Mardi Gras theme. I don't even know how many floats are. Maybe like 15 or 20. I don't know. I'm curious, but yeah, it's a substantially long parade. And they probably have. I mean, they have a good amount of people on them. Probably like 30 people per float, maybe. Like, I know, I'm like trying to think, and the reel that I post for this, I have a video of it, and you'll see how many people are on there. But
is it like a mix of team members and guests, I'm assuming?
So I think they do allow team members to go on it, but it's mostly guests. But if team members are on it, they're going to be on it as a guest. So they don't, like, I don't think they have team members intermixed, like, as acting team members. If they're on it, I think it's them as a guest, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Now,
I would have thought they would have had like people on there.
Well, I think they're like monitor, but they're not like participating, I don't believe. Like amount of them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I know. Now I'm like going to go check that. I don't just from what I can recall, I don't think they do.
Okay.
But yeah, they're there to watch.
But that means more space for guests.
I think that's the logic is they're there to make sure everything's okay and all that. But and they have them still like walking the streets and all that too.
Well, yeah. I was more thinking like costumed ones.
Oh, yeah, well they'll have yeah. So they're more like that's like stilt walkers or like
Okay.
The year we were there, they were like jellyfish and it was like electric. It was really cool. So they're like in the street before the floats doing stuff.
Got it.
Yes, so they are doing that, and as we know, Universal loves stilt walkers, so everybody's on stilts. The whole end of the parade ends in stilts, like it's a whole thing. But yes, they are dressed up throughout the parade, just not on the floats necessarily.
Got it.
Good.
Okay. Option 2.
Option 2 is the guaranteed way. This is if you're an annual pass holder. So I actually didn't even check if I got the email because I knew I'm not going to be there.
I did, but I didn't look at it.
You did? Okay. I think I may have like looked at it and just deleted it because I was like, it's a pipe dream right now. So if you're an annual pass
don't want that attention on me.
You know, you could have, because you're not gonna, that's not gonna overlap. No, it would have. Anyway. You could have just added a day to your trip. It's fine.
No. Not after my last.
I was gonna say.
I can't. Work will kill me. It's never happening again.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Option 2 is for annual pass holders.
Yes, annual pass holders. So this is if you sign up online. So you'll get the email. They'll tell you the day that it's releasing. Usually, I think it's like a day or two in advance. They're like, hey, we're opening it up. Similar to a virtual queue. You do have to try to get in line and you do have to register. So you're not guaranteed. And there's only so many spots for annual pass holders because they have to allot for people that are doing the package. They have to allot for people that are doing standby, which I'll talk about in a second. So everybody's allotted a certain amount for each of these options. So I'm an annual pass holder group for Universal. You have the people that are so excited and then the people that are upset. It's luck of the draw. It's very much like a virtual queue. It's just you're getting in it online from an email on your phone ahead of time because you're an annual pass holder. So again, not guaranteed, but a little bit more than doing a virtual queue. I think it's easier to do ahead of time than do a virtual queue in the park.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm assuming it's kind of similar to like the Run Disney thing where like you get into a virtual queue to then get your spot.
Yes, correct. That's essentially, yes. That
but
or like when
not day of, it's
you register, I think, what we said was a week or two ago. So they do it about 2 to 3 weeks before the event. And again, it varies. It's not consistent. Or like when you got your annual pass at Disney, when they finally released them, same kind of thing. It was, you had to wait in you got in line. And then if they were sold out, we're sold out. That's all. Yeah. So that's the guaranteed way. So it's still not really guaranteed. And then the last way is if you're just going as a day guest or you're going as a package, going for a few days, whatever. You
don't want to pay for the ride or dine. Correct.
You get in a virtual queue when you get there. But same exact thing. It can be gone in seconds. There's no guarantee you're going to get it. That's it. There's no guarantee. But that's good if you, again, are a day guest and you want
to take it or leave it.
Yeah. Yeah. If you are someone who's like, I really want to do this, do the package. You're guaranteed.
Yeah.
If you're like, it'd be cool to experience,
but I don't have to. Yeah.
Yeah. But, and then the other thing to keep in mind too, this cuts into your day there because you got to go check in, you got to get on the float. They go over safety stuff. You have to prep.
Do the entire parade route.
Get done. So you're cutting into probably 3 hours of your day. So again, if you're just going if you're going in for a day or two, factor that in. Is this a must do? If you're going for 4 or 5 days, I think that would be a good option. But if you're going for a day or two, unless if you go a lot, but then you might be an annual pass holder. So just keep in mind that it's going to soak up some of your evening. If you do
a decent part of your day.
Yeah. Or you can just stand in the crowd and be with the masses and fight people over beads. You can do that too.
I mean, that sounds like the way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, why not? And then the last really big thing, and this is a huge thing, and this is what Universal promotes a lot. So again, all of this is included. The biggest thing is they have a concert series. Concert series is included in your ticket, which, yes.
And you get like decent names. It's not like,
yeah.
I mean, you're not going to get Taylor Swift.
You're not going to get Taylor Swift, but Universal's not going to pay for Taylor Swift.
No.
So this
but
year,
you do get like DJ Khaled is one of them, right?
Yeah. Walker Hayes, which I don't really like country. I think he's country. I don't really like country.
Yeah.
All American Rejects.
Yes.
Right. Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Oh my god, yes! I would love that.
I know. Bare Naked Ladies, I didn't put that one down, but like I feel like that's their generation. Zed.
Okay.
So that's a handful this year. I think there's maybe about 5 or 6 more people. And it's not every night. It's again, if it lines up. Who was there when we were there? Jason Derulo, I think. I think it was Jason. It was somebody similar to that. If it wasn't him, and now I can't remember, but it was somebody similar to that. And we got done the parade and they were already completely at capacity. So, and we weren't looking to go. Like we had no intentions of going because we were flying out the next morning. And again, just crowds. And like, I usually do general admission for concerts, but like, sometimes I just don't want to deal with it. And again, we've been at the parks all day. We're exhausted. So again, keep that in mind. If there's a performer, their dates line up.
Pay attention. Yeah.
Pay attention. Maybe get to the parks a little bit later if you don't think you can do it. If they are, again, are a must-see,
don't do the parade.
Probably get there before the parade. Because, when we were leaving, they were not letting people... I'm trying to remember. We walked back up to go get pictures. We left Minions. We went up to get pictures in front of where the Bourne stunt show is. And when we were coming back, they were directed. They would not let us go to the left or to the, oh my God, to the right. I don't know which way is my left and right. I pointed to the right way. If you're watching this, I'm probably
mirrored.
Yeah. Anyway, so it looks like I pointed the right way. But they weren't letting us go back. Not that we wanted to, like we were trying to.
But they just wouldn't let you go that path.
Yeah, I think we were going to go do like the Mummy or something. I think we were planning on doing one more ride and they would not let us go that way because that's where the stage was. And I believe he had just about started, was about to go on. And they were at capacity and like people were not fighting, but they were yelling because they wanted to get in. So if it's someone you really want to see, skip the parade and go in and go to your concert. Because when are you going to get a free concert again for well-known performers?
Yeah. And this is at the like the auditorium that's in Universal Studios, not the one that's on City Walk, right?
Correct. So it's the one that's right in front of Rip Ride Rocket. So like between
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Where they do the questionable burlesque show for HHN, right? It's kind of
no, that's Men in Black. That's past Grimmauld Place.
I think I just thought it took place there.
There's what?
I'm thinking of the spot that was in front of Rip Ride Rocket. I think I just thought.
Oh, you just thought that was there? Yeah, I was like, no. Yeah, so it's Rip Ride Rocket, Minions. It's across from where all the Minion stuff is now. It's right there. So it's right at the front of the entrance of the park. That one is back. That's where Beetlejuice used to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not that it matters for this.
Not that it matters for this, but not there. Well, it does. It's not there. Stop telling them wrong stuff, Haley.
It's in front of Rip Ride Rocket.
It's in front of Rip Ride Rocket. Yes. It's the outdoor amphitheater.
Yeah.
It's not an amphitheater. It
is. Yeah.
The stage looks like an amphitheater, but then it's like flat. So whatever. But yes, but that's where it's at. So that's a priority. Skip the parade and go right there. If you don't care, just know there might be some, if it's again, like DJ Khaled, I feel like a lot of people are going to go to, I think Walker Hayes is popular. Like I said, I don't know country.
I don't know.
He might be in the Zed. I feel like a lot of people are going to like Zed.
Yeah. That'll definitely be a thing.
All American Rejects. I'm like, I don't know.
That'll be a bunch of people our age.
That's going to be all the millennials. Yeah. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. This is like when we always say about like parties and stuff and like anything, pick your priority. Yeah. That's this. If there's a concert that night and you want to see them, go see them. Don't do the parade. If you want to do the parade and you don't care who's performing, go do the parade.
Yeah.
You might not be able to do both. Unless if they're really not a great performer, nobody cares. But then you might not care about seeing them.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Unless you just have really bad taste.
Well, there are some people that do. Anyway, I'm a music snob. Whatever.
Says the girl who doesn't like musicals.
I don't like musicals. That's what I'm a snob about. I don't like musicals, but I like certain like regular music. Whatever. I was definitely one of those kids in middle school who was like, you've never heard of that band. I was like 12 years old, and I'm like, because I listened to Led Zeppelin when I was like 12, because that's what my parents listened to, and I thought I was like the coolest thing ever. I look, we all had those MySpace days, okay?
MySpace. I'm kidding. You're not in my top 8. Sorry.
Yeah, see, my face. Yeah, exactly. But
I'm older than you.
By like a year, Haley. By like a year.
I feel like it's like 3, but
no. It's like a year. We'll discuss this. I always said we'll discuss this offline. Oh my goodness. But
yes, away from keyboard.
Oh geez. Oh, going off the rails again.
So that is Mardi Gras.
That is Mardi Gras at Universal. Yes. It's a really fun time. Like we said, if you want to get like a taste of it, if you want just like a little dose, a little controlled, just a taste, it's your best bet. And you want to do a theme park with it.
Yeah.
I think it's a good bet. And again, it's not a hard ticket event. So it's included in your ticket. So if you were already planning on going at that time, you get to enjoy all of this.
Exactly.
Without having to spend more money.
Unless you do the ride and dine, but
okay,
that's your own.
You gotta eat anyway, so you're spending the money at some point.
Well, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you. If there's anything you guys want to know about Mardi Gras, or if you have anything that you want us to cover in future episodes,
oh yeah,
let us know. And we will see you next time.
Yep.